Okay, video number 3. So, as I said, this is an exam favourite to ask what the width and height would be if we draw it for a bar on a drawn histogram. So, the frequency table shows some running times. On a histogram, the bar for 0 to 4 seconds is drawn with width 6 centimetres and height 8 centimetres. So you don't actually get to see the histogram, but you get the dimensions of the bar. Find the width and the height of the bar for 4 to 6 seconds. So we need to use all the information we know for 0 to 4 seconds to find the information for 4 to 6 seconds. Okay, so what we would do, there may still be scaling in this sort of question. So we've got to find the scaling for the class width to the actual drawn width and the scaling for the frequency density to the drawn height. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to type the answer for this because I think that's probably a lot neater than writing it. Let's pop this, let's delete it. Okay, so let's think about the information we know for 0 to 4. So we know that the class width is 4, and we know the actual drawn width was 6. So what's the scaling to get from 4 to 6? So the scaling for the width would get from 4 to 6, so we would have to find k, which would be given by 6 divided by 4, which is 1.5. So the scale factor for the width is 1.5. Let's think about what it would be for the height. So let's find the frequency density first, because that gives us the height. The frequency density is the frequency divided by the width, 8 divided by 4, which is 2. So the frequency density is 2, and the actual height of the bar is 8. Therefore, the scaling for the height is given by k equals 8 over 2, which is 4. So there are our two scale factors. This one for the width and this one for the height. So what we've got to do is we've got to find the actual width and the actual height for 4 to 6, given the fact that we know the class width and given the fact that we know the frequency density, or can at least calculate it. Gone down too far there. Let me go back up. Ooh, what's happened there? What's happened there? Oh, there we go. Good. Okay. Let me go down a little bit more. So for the for 4 to 6, that's what I'm going to put aside here. For 4 to 6, the class width is 2. So therefore the actual width would have to be 2 multiplied by 1.5, which is 3 centimetres, because we would have to multiply it by that scaling factor. Now the frequency density is 9 divided by 2, given by the frequency divided by the class width, which is 4.5. Now the scaling for height is to multiply it by 4, so we've got to do actual height on the histogram would be 4.5 multiplied by 4, which is 18 centimetres. Therefore the bar for 4 to 6 would be 3 centimetres wide and 18 centimetres in height. Okay, and those last two bits there are our answers. Similar question, well not really, kind of similar question here from the book. So a random sample of daily mean temperatures was taken from the large data set, we love the large data set, for Herne in 2015. The temperatures were summarised in a grouped frequency table, key bit of information there, and represented by a histogram. Give a reason to support the use of a histogram to represent this data. This goes back to what I said at the start of the lesson. The temperature is continuous data, for one, and then second reason, the data was given in a grouped frequency table, therefore we can use a histogram to represent it. Part B, write down the underlying feature associated with each of the bars in a histogram. This explains the rule that was different from GCSE to A-level. The area of the bar is proportional to the frequency. That talks about the scaling, okay? On the histogram, the rectangle representing the 16 to 18 class was 3.2 centimetres high and 2 centimetres wide. The frequency for this class was 8. Show that each day is represented by an area of 0.8 centimetres squared. What the frequency for this class was 8 means is that there were 8 days in that class. So we've got to find the total area for those 8 days and then find what it would be for one. So the area is given by 3.2 and 2 centimetres multiplied together, which would give us 6.4 centimetres squared. So that area there represents the 8 days. We want to find the area of each day, so what one day would be for the area. So we just need to do 6.4 divided by 8, which would give us 0.8 centimetres squared for one day. Part D, given that the total area under the histogram was 48 centimetres squared, find the total number of days in the sample. Okay, so if one day is represented by 0.8 centimetres squared and the total number of days is represented by 48 centimetres squared, we need to find how many 0.8s fit into 48. So we divide them and we get 60 days in total. So there are 60 days used in that sample. Okay, I wish I could zoom in on this. I don't know why it's so small. So this is an exam question that I want to go through with you. So make it a little bit bigger. There we go. Okay, so the first thing that we do on a question like this is we try and identify the scaling. Excuse me. Okay, so we have a look and see that we were given a total of 450 cars. Therefore, we've got to find as to what the scaling is for this area here is for the frequency to area. Now you'll notice here that up the left-hand side, we've got nothing. Now we can actually choose what that scaling is going to be. We can just choose. So what we're going to do is make it the simplest we can. And we're just going to go up in 1s, 2s, 3s, etc. Okay, so we've got that down the bottom. Let me just make sure they're kind of lined up well. Yeah. Oh. We're going up in 5s, really, is what we're doing. And 4 should go there. 5 should go there. 6 is pretty much bang on. There we go. And 7 will go there. Oh. So 7 goes there. Lovely. So we've chosen our scale up the left. We can choose that and then just find the scaling afterwards. So it says calculate the number of cars that were exceeding the speed limit by at least 5 miles per hour in the sample. Well, firstly, we need to think about what the scaling is. That's what we must do first of all. We can't figure that out until we know what the scaling is for this histogram. Okay, so we're told that the total number in the sample was 450 cars. So we need to see what the area multiplied by to give us the frequency so we find the scaling. Okay, so first one for the 4 marks is determine what's one small square or one large square is worth. What I don't really like that. What we really need to know is work out the total area. So from 10 to 15 would be 5, 5 up to 1.5. So 5 times 1.5 would give us the area for that. I'm just going to write these down. 5 times 1.5 for the first one. Add. There's nothing between 15 and 20. So 20 to 30 is a gap of 10. Multiplied by the height, which is 6. Add 30 to 35 is a gap of 5, so multiply that by 4.5. Add 35 to 40 is a gap of 5, multiplied by 1.5 because that's the height, and then add the last one, which is again is a gap of 5 multiplied by 3. Okay, if we add that all up, we get 112.5. So that's the area of the histogram. We need to find the scaling. If I make that a bit bigger, we need to find the scaling for to go from the area. What's multiplied it by to get to 450, and the answer is 4. So that would be 2 of the marks for identifying the scaling. Now, calculate the number of cars that were exceeding the speed limit by at least 5 miles per hour, the speed limit giving by 30. So we need this plus this, because we've got those that were exceeding by over 5%, not 5 miles per hour, sorry. So this here, and that's given by this and this. So that would be 5 times 1.5, add 5 times 3. Okay, 5 times 1.5 is 7.5, and then add 15 is going to be 22.5, but that's not the real thing because we need to actually multiply that by 4, the scaling, which is going to be 90. So there were 90 people that exceeded the speed limit by at least 5 miles per hour. Let's just check that I'm right. Yeah, good. Okay, and that would be your second 2 marks there. So there's an exam question of 4 marks, showing you what you need to do there. Okay, so here's what the work that I want you to do next week over May half term. I want you to do questions 1 to 6 from the exercise, not 7, as I reckon we should do that kind of more together as a class, okay? So exercise 3D, questions 1 to 6, not due for this Sunday. You've got longer to do it. All right. Any questions, any help you need, please let me know, because I know this, well, some of you might have got this straight away and be absolutely fine. But if any of you do need any help, please don't hesitate to ask me at all. That's what I'm here for, okay? Right, I hope you have a lovely half term. Get some rest, enjoy the sunshine, and I shall see you after the break.